With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run on first down with Jackson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Griffin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now it's Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive.
He's got a man complete. 36 yards on the play.
But we spend a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On third down, this is Jackson. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on fourth down. To throw is RG3. He's got his man Sharp complete. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's Jackson. And some room to roam now. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And going deep for Hill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former Eagle, Brian Dawkins. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check. Mike 50. Mike 50. Here we go.
Now Griffin. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Griffin. He's going to let this one go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in his first half of action. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Draw play for Brown. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down. Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker. This is Brown. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard. Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers. Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On the run, it's Bo Jackson. And an alley to run. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered. How did they get that done? So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grabbed the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission. I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. On 3rd down, Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry for Henry. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Derrick Henry, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it caught him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll run again with Jackson. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. That pass complete to Jim Brown. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. Finds his target. It's Gates. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 21 yards there on 3rd down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation. But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now RG3. That's complete to Sharp. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win them.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now it's Jackson, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now here's Ross. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Covered a lot of ground there. 81 yards on the punt return. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll start here with Jackson. And that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, this is Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Calvin Johnson, 88 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That'll be caught by Rice. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. A run by Barkley going to go backwards as he's going to lose right around 3 yards here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson, that's complete to his running back, Kamara. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Alvin Kamara, 57 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Redskins 7, Eagles 0.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Rob Woodson. Oh, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 2nd and 16, Jackson.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Forbath, the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Rod Woodson with a pick. He had his eye. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Ready? 780.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Here we go. 20. Check 26, check 26.
They'll run here with Bo. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
To the set. 180.
On 2nd and 12, Newton escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's the Hall of Famer Ray Lewis powering it. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Mike, 280.
On first down, Peyton. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, 0. 14. Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
There's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3 and out. A real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Where? Hustle. 52, Mike 52. There's a party now. Let's go.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gonzalez. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And they give this time to the tailback. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 more on that one and another first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready. Check back 33. Let's get it together.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. To try again after the sack. Jackson flushed out right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Man open, it's Moss complete. And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. This will be caught by Randy Moss. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Peyton, the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Walter Payton with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 or. It's been a long day for you.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Brings up third and 6.
Set, 18 Gator.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. On third down, here's Lindsay. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On second down now, it's Lindsay, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first and 10, it's Lindsay. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third and 11 situation.
Ready? Get it.
Here's Lindsay. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of the first as he's tackled at the 47. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, Elway. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
First down, Philadelphia.
Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. To throw is Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
8-3.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. To throw is Elway. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Hey, Orbit. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Right here, right here.
Throwing now, Elway on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
General West. Take four.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, Elway. He's got his man Sharp complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Elway will throw. That'll be caught by Hester. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Now a carry for Lindsey. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a 1st.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain of 21 yards. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
50, Mike, 50. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On third down, Elway. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. On second down, it's Brown. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They go play action now. Jackson.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better ones.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Champ Bailey. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about it.
It's caught inside the 25. And